Well, Al Jazeera's senior political analyst Marwan Bishara is here in the studio with me. And Marwan, the Israeli government hasn't wasted any time at all. It's so audacious, isn't it? Donald Trump has been in the White House not a week, and they have announced two installments of expansions to settlements.
Absolutely. Not that they haven't done more or less the same over the last 50 years, and even during 8 years of President Obama. Basically, they hesitated then because President Obama wasn't happy with the increase. But to put this in historic perspective, this has been going on now for a century. The Zionist movement has started doing this way before the Balfour Declaration of 1917. And it's good to remind our viewers around the world that this has also been going on for 50 years since Israel occupied West Bank, Gaza, and East Jerusalem in 1967. So basically what happened through deliberate, persistent, and consistent Israeli colonization of Palestine, the Jews in Palestine have increased from few thousands, several thousands, to several million. So this is not a question of 2,500 units. It's a question of millions of Jews immigrating to Palestine or occupying Palestinian land before Israel through the Zionist movement, during Israel's time in the Galilee, in the Nakab, and other places within Israel, and later on in East Jerusalem and the West Bank. So this really has been going on for 100 years. The international community has been silent. The American administrations have been complicit, except this time around, it's going to be ever more complicit than ever.
Indeed. And it was only in December, wasn't it, that a Security Council resolution was passed,
yes,
was allowed to pass by the Obama administration, perhaps his final act. But now they know, the Israelis know, that they have in the White House a friend, a very dear friend. So let's just listen now to the White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer, who addressed the issue when he was asked a question by Al Jazeera's Alan Fisher. Let's hear what he had to say.
What is the US strategic interest in moving the US embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem?
There's no decisions. We're at the very early stages of that decision-making process.
All right, so nothing terribly conclusive there, but we're getting an idea, aren't we, that not only with the announcements that have been made by Trump himself, but also with the appointment of his new ambassador to Israel, that he's in favour of settlement building, and furthermore, he's prepared to contemplate this explosive issue of possibly moving the US embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
I mean, he might as well tear apart the entire Oslo Accords, right? The agreements on which America was presumably a sponsor of those peace talks that went on for many, many years. And of course, it led to not much in the end. Be that as it may, I think it's clear to us today that President Trump's alternative facts are meeting Prime Minister Netanyahu's alternative facts. So Prime Minister Netanyahu is basically saying, look, we have some people living there. I mean, they need to school, they need to marry their kids. So we need to increase the settlements there. He doesn't say that this is colonization, that this is illegal, this is a violation of international law, and this is a zero-sum game where Palestinians get nothing and the Israelis get everything. Unfortunately, yes, now there's a president at the White House who's more than happy to support this Israeli violations of international law and of Palestinian rights. The question is he ready to deal with the consequences? Because this will have consequences. And those are going to be not just within Palestine, it's going to be within the Arab and Muslim world, because I think it's gone for many, many years. And those who were disappointed by President Obama are going to be now terribly upset with a President Trump. And in the end of the day, President Trump can escape as much as he wants the sort of questions that he's being asked today about a violation of international law, of UN Security Council resolution. Now, he can ditch the questions, he can avoid the questions, but come this year, the Palestinian Authority and its Arab allies are going to have to decide what they're going to do about this.
Marwan, thank you.